If Gamma keeps crashing every time you try to open or edit a presentation, don't worry, because in this video I'm going to walk you through the fastest ways to fix the Gamma app crash error. This is especially helpful if Gamma freezes, reloads, or closes unexpectedly when you're working on a large deck. We'll go step by step, and I'll also show you how to narrow down whether the problem is coming from your browser, your presentation size, or Gamma's servers. If this video helps you out, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more practical tech tutorials. Alright, let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is reduce your presentation card volume. This is one of the most common causes of crashes in Gamma. If your deck has a lot of high-definition AI images, deep subcards, or third-party web embeds, your browser tab may simply be running out of memory. Gamma is powerful, but very large projects can put a heavy load on your browser, especially if everything is being loaded at once. So if your file is massive, try splitting it into separate presentation files instead of keeping everything in one huge deck. This can make a big difference right away. For example, instead of one presentation with dozens of heavy cards, break it into smaller sections like one file for the intro, one for the body, and one for the conclusion. That keeps each project lighter and easier for Gamma to handle. If you're using a lot of visuals, consider trimming down extra images, removing duplicate cards, or replacing some embedded content with simpler elements. The goal is to reduce pressure on the browser so Gamma can work smoothly without crashing. Next, you should check the real-time server status. Before you spend time changing settings on your device, it's smart to make sure the issue is not on Gamma's side. Visit the official Gamma app status monitor and check whether the web application, API, and AI engines are fully operational. If one of those services is down or experiencing issues, that could explain the crashes even if your computer is working fine. When a platform is having server-side problems, there's usually nothing wrong with your browser or internet connection, and the best fix is simply to wait until the service recovers. This step saves a lot of time because it helps you avoid troubleshooting the wrong thing. If everything looks green and the status monitor shows that all systems are running normally, then you know the crash is more likely related to your browser setup or the presentation itself. Now let's move on to another very useful test. Run Gamma in Incognito Mode. Open a private browsing window in your browser and sign back into Gamma there. Incognito Mode starts with a clean session, which means most extensions are disabled by default, and that makes it perfect for diagnosing crash problems. If Gamma works normally in Incognito but keeps crashing in your regular browser window, that usually means a background web extension is interfering with Gamma's dynamic card layouts. Extensions like ad blockers, script blockers, productivity add-ons, or even security tools can sometimes conflict with web apps like Gamma. If that happens, start disabling extensions one by one in your normal browser until you find the one causing the issue. Once you identify it, you can keep it turned off for Gamma or remove it completely if needed. Another useful tip is to refresh your browser and make sure you're using the latest version. Sometimes outdated browser code can create compatibility problems with modern web apps. Also, clear out your cache if Gamma has been acting unstable for a while, because old stored data can sometimes conflict with updated app resources. If the app still crashes after reducing the deck size, checking server status, and testing Incognito Mode, then the issue may be tied to your specific browser profile or a temporary account glitch. In that case, try logging out and back in, or opening Gamma on a different browser to compare results. This can help you figure out whether the problem is browser-specific or account-specific. The good news is that most Gamma crash errors can be fixed with one of these simple steps, especially when the problem is caused by a heavy presentation or a browser extension conflict. So, to recap, reduce the size of your presentation cards, check the Gamma status monitor to confirm the platform is working, and test Gamma in Incognito Mode to see whether an extension is causing the crash. If one of those fixes works, you've likely found the source of the issue. If this tutorial helped, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more clear and easy software fixes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.